Hello, I've been asked to make a video about accepting our sexuality, or me accepting mine. I've come a long way. It's been a long journey. I'll start where I am now. I am now 26. I I've come from a place where I had a lot of darkness and insecurity and was really confused about a religion, but I now feel strong and confident. I avoid religion entirely for a lot of reasons, even though there are gay accepting churches, but I don't feel like I want part in it, at least this time. And I feel very secure with myself, even if I had zero friends or zero people on my side, I still feel like maybe I'd be strong enough to be okay. A lot of things have changed for me in my life, and a long time ago things were a lot different, and it made it hard to accept my sexuality, but I wanted to go into some of the things that did make it hard too. There was fourth grade where I wrote a zillion times on a piece of paper, "Lewis is cute," and a family member found it and yelled at me and told me to rip it up. And then at school, I I chased Lewis all over the school, and it was a joint fourth and fifth grade class, and the kids called me Gaylord and stuff, and I didn't even know what gay or Gaylord was, and I I got a lot of harassment that year. I ended up switching schools, and that's kind of the thing, is that, like, religion teaches us not to stand up for ourselves a lot of times. There's a lot of stories about disciples and things, and people allowing people to stone them to death, all kinds of stuff. I was taught every week to turn the other cheek, and religion, church was mandatory in our house, and I didn't like it, but that was how it was, and it really confused me, and it let these bullying situations escalate. And Eagle Rock High, when I had to switch from Pacific Christian, I wrote a horror story, and they didn't want me there anymore. But I went to Eagle Rock High, I went to public school, and I told, a couple girls about it that told gangsters about it, and then, like, everybody started calling me, like, fuck it, and all this shit, like, between my classes. I had all these terrible things happen to me. I was never hit, but I was called a lot of really bad things, and people abruptly stopped being my friend, and there's a lot of weird, Mexican culture is very machismo, very proud. They need to prove what a man they are all the time and stuff, and I had to deal with that the rest of the 10th grade, and parents wouldn't even let me switch schools for the second semester, even though there were, like, threats in my life and stuff. But um and then, 11th grade, like, people picked on me at first in the beginning of the year, but then people were sent home. It was kind of that point onward I was able to, like, conquer my depression with it, and kind of figure out my Asperger stuff, and figure out my brain, and just spend time alone and just really figure out what was bothering my head with things, and how to behave, and how to be nice to people, and how to act, and how to be better. Everybody's experience is different, but I know that for me, there was a lot of really terrible things that would happen when I would tell people about it. It's like every time I would let someone in on it, almost, it seemed that these catastrophically terrible things would happen, and they'd have, like, this huge recourse. And you know, parents took me to an anti-gay seminar and lied to me about what it was, and then they never owned up to any of their part in things that they did either. They were too proud, with their Christian stuff. But I anyway, I feel a lot better now. There's a lot that has changed between then and now. I remember as a kid that was growing up, and especially being 15, and my Asperger's stuff being through the roof, and being lonely and insecure and needing hugs and all that. And besides just growing up and changing, I've done martial arts. I've gained confidence. I've done a lot of things that I couldn't do then, or was too shy or too not confident to do, and all that stuff. I enjoy my life a lot more now than I did then, that's for sure. See, here's the thing, though. I've been trying to figure out how to explain is that I don't normally want to tell people, like total strangers, that I'm gay and that I have mild autism. That things kind of changed with the gay suicides that happened, and I really needed to. I needed to do something to try to help the gay community, and then from that, people kept asking more questions, and I made more videos, and now total, people in my area have found me online, and because I put a lot of tags up and stuff, and I didn't really intend for that, and now I kind of have to deal with it. I'm really open in videos about some really personal stuff with autism and being gay, but that really wasn't my intention, and I'm still a little uncomfortable with that. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but ultimately, the gay suicides really, really bothered me because I was at that place myself once, but I'm not now. I love myself now, and I don't feel like I have any of those insecure feelings. Like over time I was able to figure myself out, and also a bright side to all of that is that because of my mild autism and because of being weird and being different and being used to being gossiped about and all that, I kind of was more okay with my parents not accepting me than other people would be. I was more strong in that area. I was used to being unique. I was used to being different, and over time, those things benefit us, but we think that they're awful when they're bothering us when we're young, is the thing. You know, I've been at work at a book that I really hope can inform and educate people, but I don't want anyone to see it until it's finished. Right now, it's just me and my boyfriend reading it. But I mean, there's things I'm going to do with my life that I really think are going to help people, and that's my purpose and my goals and my stuff that keeps me going forward. Is that I have a lot that I want to do, and I have a lot of help that I want to give, and I'm at an advantage with stuff because I feel like I can speak about it a lot better than other people that I've seen, especially about the autism stuff. I have an interest in psychology, and I really have a drive to want to help others how I can, at least when I have time. But people need to love themselves. Those that have a hard time accepting their sexuality, and my honest opinion is that we really need unique people. We really need people that are different, that can show creativity in different ways and all that. But not only that, but gay people, though, they need a. It's important to me that gay people can show other people that they can be comfortable around them, and not stare people down in the locker rooms that don't want to be looked at and stuff. And that's something else I wanted to touch on, is that bear in mind that there are dudes that want to be admired, and you could tell them like a mile away, and then there are dudes that do not want to be looked at. And I go out of my way to try to make everybody be comfortable, but I think it's important that gay people just try to be socially acceptable a little bit in that area. I think that that's one of the things that the bad stuff did that helped me too, is it kind of showed me people's comfort zones, but it also made me maybe a little too careful about who I tell now, and it's like I could never really get through that door with people. But you know, what people don't understand is that talking to a camera is a lot easier than talking to a person. A lot easier. Might seem silly, but they're not me, and they're not doing that. Anyway, I love myself now. I enjoy my life now. I'm much more confident. I feel like I can give a lot to a relationship now, and just be like a full person. And martial arts helped. Staying away from religion helped me because it just confused my morals, made me tolerate bullying and stuff. And I live across the country from my parents now and all my family. I I feel like I have more of a sense of self than I did then. And I also stopped having my crazy ass mood swings when I was like around 23 on. I'm 26 now. That helps too. That's too off my rocker. It just insane energy and stuff. I'm more mellowed out now. Yeah. It's been a journey, but I've come a long way, and it's important that people just love themselves for who they are, and just, enjoy their life and try to help others how they can. And I think especially the people that have had the bad experiences with their coming out, they really need to stick around and help people, because they might identify with people with issues a lot more than a lot of other people can. Yeah, I've seen videos where people have a coming out where like nothing bad happens, and it's like they're kind of, they're not always super interesting, or they kind of, I know there's more depth to people that have been through more. So those people really need to stick around and help people where they can. They'll have more of an understanding of things. But anyway, I hope that answers the question. I know a couple people have asked me about it. Thank you.